Hello, this is my week 4 self-reflection, Monday 10:30. Pretty close to 11:59 p.m. Uh, okay, so yeah, I feel like it helps me understand the concepts a lot. Especially the myth of human progress in our world. Like it kind of helped reflect even though the lifespan isn't like 15 anymore, it's not like the 1600s where everyone's like 30% of humanity's life story was like live 5 years, get a flu, and then perish. So, everyone always thinks that we've progressed really far just because, we have in some ways. I mean, we have like phones and crazy aircraft and all that 200 years ago would be witchcraft. But in a lot of ways, we have regressed, especially when it comes to the environment and ecology. And this film expressed a lot of that. Like some really powerful imagery, especially like the albatross, like the bones rotting away and just the plastic remains. Like that's very powerful imagery that shows like some very strong adverse effects from humans. And that toxic individualism of I believe you called it the human-centered way of thinking. And it really, yeah, I guess I already answered the next question for a specific moment. Although I'll pick a different one. One that I guess kind of like challenged my human centric view and showed like, a lot of other creatures are of equal value, even to some people probably more important value. It was the scenes of the albatross doing their mating dances that really, I don't know, something about that kind of like a pulled. I don't want to say a heartstring, or I don't really know the right word, but it really indicated to me that they have, another level of intelligence, I guess, is the best way to put it. I know that it's really difficult to measure intelligence, and like, we really can't when it comes to other animals. Because, we used to do whatever has the biggest brain, but then humans weren't number one, so we moved the goalpost to brain to body ratio, and then the goalpost, we had to move it again because we were no longer that. Because we realized ants or something else. So I know we don't really truly understand intelligence. It's not a great thing to say when regarding like an animal's value. I think a lot of them have inherent value. But like the albatross mating ritual where they get more and more in tune with each other every year as they keep mating. And then when he slowed it down to, they said like they process time slightly differently, which I'd never heard before, was also really interesting. But that scene was just very powerful to me in challenging my human-centered way of thinking and showing like how much value these creatures have. And then directly over that, after that, it shows like what we're doing with that value and how we're really destroying it by showing the shots of the albatross rotted away with the plastic inside. So yeah, I guess that's the scene that really helped me. One of the many scenes. It was a beautiful movie, documentary, whatever you want to call it. But a beautiful thing that helped me gain a deeper understanding, especially a deeper understanding of the textbook reading. I think they definitely go hand in hand. And one aspect of the what do you call it? Textbook reading. I guess does the human centered way of thinking count for that, or I guess probably not. So I'm pulling up the textbook so I can pull up an exact quote for you. I guess yeah, just the human centered way of thinking. I don't know if that is exactly what you're looking for. Here we go. I'll pull up the exact paragraph I was looking at. Yeah, we're just talking about like human fingerprints over time, and I definitely drew a parallel between the textbooks talking about like human fingerprints in nature to the plastic. I mean that's a pretty powerful image of a rotted away albatross with plastic in it, and just showing the close up video of the young being force fed, not force fed, is how they feed, but being fed like huge plastic chunks that kill a lot of the young. Like those are very powerful scenes that referenced some of the things that the textbook was looking at. Also, the textbook, yeah, the Pacific Garbage Patch. I mean, the textbook even had an image that was from an albatross in Midway, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, page 42. It shows, like, pretty much one of very similar image to the Luncheon documentary. Although in, like, much worse res. But I guess that is a pretty direct element of the textbook that ties in really heavily with the show or movie. Yeah, I mean, I guess technically it's a documentary, but I wish there was a different word for it because to me it definitely feels more like a movie or a documentary that's more philosophical than any other documentary. I guess my vocabulary is probably just not good enough, but I'm sure there is some label out there that fits it better than what I'm trying to say. Because just to me, it wasn't just a simple documentary, I would say. But yeah, one concept from the textbook to support my answer would definitely just be that like humans having a very adverse effect in nature through like the Pacific garbage patch, then their imagery of the albatross and Midway. Thank you very much. Sorry for the little delay there as I was trying to pull it up. I'm having some internet issues today.